Hello, this is Malorian, and this is going to be an interesting three-way watchtower mission that we're going to play that has my orcs, some dark elves, and also my brother Skaven. So the way this all came about was the dark elf player. He's a fantastic painter. He's going to be painting up my Bretonians, and so when he was going to be stopping by, I said, "Hey, we might as well have a game." This same weekend, my brother wanted to have a game too, so I thought, hey, why not make up a neat mission for us all to play? So the way this is going to be working out is that this is going to be a 3.5 by 9 foot table. My orcs are going to be starting in control. Now I can only put a unit of up to 25 into it at any one time, so that's my limitation. I have to be within 10 inches of the center line, and then either side they have to be 2 feet away from me. They're going to be rolling off for sides, and then whoever finishes deploying first goes first. So it turns out it was the Dark Elves. He's my army and his army are the ones we plan to be using in the tournament in next couple of weeks here. And for him, on the left, he has 5 Cold One Knights. They're work in progress. Then he has 2 Hydras. Behind the lines there, he has 2 units of 10 crossbowmen. Then he has his BSB on a Manticore. Looks kind of cool once he gets the BSB up there. He has Lord on a Dragon, a Horde of Spearmen, a Cauldron in the back, and then a Chariot. And you can see I split my army so that I have the Orcs on the one side and the Goblins on the other, but I have a Chariot, my Black Orcs, my Savage Orc Biggins, and then some Orc Archers there. And you can see inside the tower I'm starting with my Night Goblin Archers, and I got my BSB and my Orc Great Shaman. And then on the other side here, we got the Skaven. So on the left, we have his HBA. Behind them is the Plague Monks. Then he has his Storm Vermin, big unit of 100 Clan Rats. And then there is his Engineer. Behind them is the Bunker with his BSB and, Lord Maids of Gracier. Then he has 2 units of 50 Slaves, 2 Lightning Cannons, and then his Doom Wheel. And then my Goblins to stop him is I have my Spiders, I have my Mangler Squig, I have a unit of 90 Spearmen, I have my Squig Horde, the Wolf Chariot, and then my Wolf Riders. And then here's just a little overview shot of my deployment. Of course, those Night Goblin Archers are actually inside. They're just there to kind of show how many are left. And really, when I made this mission, I'm not actually set up. I'm not supposed to be winning this. I'm basically the buffer, and it's really supposed to be a race between either side to kind of blitz through me because it's their full army versus just half of mine, and then them racing to get into the building there. Oddly enough, when I put this up as a poll on Warseer, the winning option was that I was going to win. So who knows? I mean, really, if I can get some good delaying action on the Skaven, and if I can use my Flaming Banner on the Black Orcs to kill off some Hydras and tie up some things, hey, if the game ends early, I could win this, but my hopes aren't overly high because it's designed for me not to be overly high. So Dark Elves turn 1, they move up and that's it. He has no magic in his list. He has his shooting is too far back, so that's it. Skaven, a little bit more interesting. Stuff moving up, not very much though, just kind of edging up. He got Irresistible, Warp Lightning Blast to go and kill my one Megler, so that's too bad. Man, my my unit there, the Squig Horde, really got messed up. It got blasted up with some shooting, so it's already very weak. But hey, at least it still packs a punch. So, but the main thing here is I'm happy to see that he's holding back, which is going to make my job easier. Alright, so my turn 1, and I did an awesome job of kicking my own butt. The Black Orcs failed their animosity and tried charging forward, failed the charge, and luckily I used Hand of Gork to move them back, so they're not going to be out in the middle of nowhere. My archers tried to charge his chariot, I believe, but failed. Oh no, sorry, this turn I just kind of shot and did nothing. Then on the right side, my Night Goblin squabbled and fought with the Squig Horde, killing a bunch more of this Squig. So I mean, that unit is completely neutered. And then my chariot decided to go after the Doom Wheel, and I guess this was a bad idea. I forgot that his Grind the Foe was strength 6, so I basically went in, did nothing, and then he beat me up and I'm running away. So pretty poor first turn. Turn 2 Dark Elves, he slams both his Manticore and his black dragon into my biggins here. Now, I know I'm going to do a lot of damage to him, and I'm probably going to lose this in the end, but the main thing I want to do here is just try and make him pay for everything he's doing here. And if nothing else, too, just trying to hold him down and slow down the spearmen behind them, kind of blocking them. So, end of his turn, it looks like this. The Hydras had moved up, breathed fire on my Black Orcs, killed the full rank. His Knights failed the charge on my Chariot. And you can see after the combat there, I killed the Manticore and did a few wounds to the dragon, but I lost a bunch in return, and luckily I held. Skaven turn 2, he moved his Doom Wheel down, just blasted my Chariot to kill it. Then his HPA is kind of sneaking around the side there. Again, he's not really moving up very much at all. I mean, he just kind of like peeked over that one edge there just so he'd have line of sight. With another Irresistible, he went and wiped out my spiders. The Doom Rocket, or whatever it's called, hit right in the middle of my Night Goblins, so I mean, they're decimated. And so really, all I have going for me on this side is the fact that he's playing defensively. I mean, if he would be pushing up on me, I'd be overrun in moments. So, Orcs turn 2. This is where my Orc archers tried to do a charge on his Chariot and rolled a 2 and a 1 and failed. I was able to kill his BSB. That was pretty awesome. And then I'm just kind of combat reformed and staying steadfast against the dragon. I charged into the Hydras, and I decided to go with 2 Choppas because I'm going to be the same initiative as the Hydras, and I've already lost a rank. Really bad idea. You know, I did 3 wounds to one Hydra and 2 to the other, but if I would have gone with great weapons, I think I would have done more, maybe even killed one or both. Probably just the one. But either way, it didn't matter, and now that unit's toast. After a few more thunderstomps, that unit's going to be gone. Otherwise, my spearmen are moving up on the right, not to challenge him, but just to be in a spot where I can bait him and flee. And my silly wolves, they actually failed their animosity, had to charge in, killed one guy, and held in combat, and then my squigs are just turning just to kind of threaten that Doom Wheel. So Dark Elves turn 3, and this is when I realized I was in big trouble. Actually, last turn I forgot to mention, my Chariot had charged his Knights, killed 2, and then they held. This turn he beat my Chariot, it's running off. His Hydras kicked the butt of my Black Orcs, they're running away. His Dragon finished off my Savages, they're running away. So I have nothing over here but my Troll. And so that's pretty bad. And then Skaven turn 3, he moves his Doom Wheel. He's trying to sneak just kind of along the edge because I think he wants to try and get it to those Hydras. My bait worked, so he went and charged the Spearmen and managed to get away. He tried finishing them off with the HPA but didn't go fast enough. In the combat there, he did actually wither to my wolves there and he killed one of them, but luckily I'm still holding him up there, so that's working well. And he's starting to hit my what do you call it, the watchtower with cannons and stuff, so he killed a few of them already. So, Orcs and Goblins turn 3, my Squig Herd charged into the Doom Wheel, managed to wipe it out, so that's pretty awesome. My Spearmen rallied, so hopefully they can just bait something one last time. My Troll moves up just to try and block the Spearmen, because really on the left side, I mean, the Dark Elves don't have a lot that can actually even hold the tower, so if I can keep back to things that actually can, that makes them not a threat. My Chariot rallied as well, so that'll be something that can be holding them back. And something to mention too is that every time that I have a turn, I am just going for crazy Foot of Gork, and so far I've killed, like, you know, a good amount of the storm vermin, also killed a good amount of the spearmen. At this point, if you look at it, that back rank is actually dead as well. He just kind of moved it back. It's a magnetized thing. He just didn't want to take it away. But the funny thing with my magic phases too is that at the end, it always seems that I end with rolling a 1, and so we have to roll off to see which of my opponents get to place it. And the interesting thing is usually that means if you roll a 1 for Foot of Gork that you're going to get smashed, but now my opponents are smashing each other. So interesting way to see how that's playing out. Turn 4 Dark Elves, and he really surprises me, really. The Hydra made a charge on my Squig Herd, which I completely didn't see coming. He of course beat me, I exploded, and unfortunately I wasn't able to kill that one Hydra. The other Hydra hit the building and killed every single archer in there, so it's only my characters now. The Dragon actually went for my big spearman unit, and I held. And what I've done is I actually went and I combat reformed to be this way, and the reason for this is that I want it so that when the Skaven player charges in, that he's actually going to be farther away, so he has a longer way to go for the tower. And what this could mean is that on his turn, after he overruns and all this stuff, that he'll be too far to be, walking into the tower if he manages to wipe me out. So that's the reasoning there. So Skaven turn 4, the HPA is hitting into the flank of the dragon, so I mean that thing's screwed because I brought it down to 1 wound already, and then his big unit of 100 clan rats is in my flank, so yeah, Skaven are about to overrun this side of the board. And so yeah, then if his turn it looks like this, and you can see that Skaven are now dominating over there. He killed the dragon, his one lord is fleeing, he actually got away. My spearmen luckily got away, a few of them dying from the dangerous terrain from running through guys. If you look at it, that one unit of this, I think they're all gone, yeah, that one unit of the crossbowmen, they actually were completely destroyed with magic, he just hasn't moved them away yet. He killed my wolves on the right side, and so really what this means is that, I mean, these Skaven are just all over on the right side, and the only thing I got going for me is the fact that he's not in a good spot to be hitting the tower yet. So Orcs and the Goblins turn 4. This was actually pretty funny. Of course I have a whole bunch of running going on still, but I tried and put a Gork, that one close Hydra, over and over and over again. But between failing the wound or him making his regen, I did almost nothing. Well, I actually did nothing. I mean, he has one wound, I just couldn't do it. And then the 5th time I tried doing it, I actually scattered. And my Night Goblins actually rallied. I put them into ranked formation just to try and hold up the Dark Elves. But then with that foot of Gork, I killed 15 of my own guys before the thing stopped. So, I really didn't do myself a favor there. So Dark Elves turn 5 now. His assassin jumps out and decides to go for the troll, which I thought was an interesting move. So turn 5 Dark Elves, and my troll made a good fight of it. I mean, he did 2 wounds to me. I then puked on him, and unfortunately I rolled a 1 for my stomp, but I lost, and luckily I got away. Otherwise, his lord rallied. His crossbowmen, he gave them killing blow with his cauldron, and they charged into the tower. And so I thought I was screwed, but he actually gave both of his crossbowman units full command. So I made my challenge with my great shaman, which he only has 10 models, so he has nowhere to hide, so he had to take it. And he rolled like crap. With all those other 9 guys going against my BSB, he should have been dead, but he just didn't roll a single 6 to wound, and actually only did 1 wound to me. So there you have it. I think I killed his champ or whatever, and I'm still holding the tower. So Skaven turn 5, the HPA goes over, wipes out those other crossbowmen, so all the crossbowmen are completely dead now. He ties up the one Hydra at the bottom with the slaves, and this isn't just to hold them up. I mean, that Hydra only has 1 wound, so it's only a matter of time before they get that thing in. He did leave the Lord alive, so whatever, but the big thing here is that he's still a little bit too far away from the building. But as I said, at this point it really looks like he's dominating the game. So Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Basically this turn it was just my guys running, and at this point on a 5+ I'd win the game. But unfortunately it didn't come up, and with only having a BSB in there with no armor and 1 wound, at this point I knew that now it's like the game was supposed to be, it was between them. So the Dark Elves turn 6, his Lord goes in, kills my BSB, his slaves kill the HPA on the bottom in that combat, and his spearmen are running up, just trying to get into the fight there. Skaven turn 6, he has to charge my troll to try and get it out of the way. His guys move up. His big unit of 100 charges the building. Unfortunately, they're unable to kill him. Now, he's trying to cast Wither on the Lord, but the way it works, we're kind of sharing Dispel dice, because I'm actually, technically I'm still in the game. But anyway, the reason why I'm helping the Dark Elf player kind of shut things down for Skaven is that if you're wondering what happened to my great shaman, he kind of died from the cannon shot going through. If he was still there, I'd have actually an okay chance of maybe holding out, but that's why I'm kind of helping him out. But anyway, I think he lost a wound from this round, and the game would have ended here on a 4+, but as it was, no, it's kept on going. Sorry, one more thing to say was the HBA charged the Hydra, killed the Hydra, and then overran into the Spearmen, so they're kind of screwed too. So turn 7 for the Dark Elves, and this is something where on the sidelines I really wanted to say something, but I don't want to be playing other people's games for them. He went and he charged his assassin into this unit. Now there is some merit to it in that if he survived, maybe he could hold up the unit or something, but he's an assassin with 1 wound. Really, the best thing would have been just to throw him into the building along with the Lord there, just to really make sure they can try and hold it. But unfortunately, he threw it into this unit, killed a few guys, but of course, all the attacks back killed him. So at the end of his turn, it looks like this. I mean, the Spearmen really got messed up, but steadfast, they held on. And otherwise, it's just all about whether they can get that unkillable Lord out. Because, of course, he has the reversed ward save on him. So between his shield and, cloak on, he has a 3+ save, and then he has his reverse ward save. So it's all about whether they can get him out or not. And Skaven turn 7, they're able to pull it off. So his Storm Vermin go and charge in there. They have the Flaming Banner, so they get their reroll to wound. Now, he rolled like crap. So even with, 10 guys attacking, rerolling the wound and stuff on a toughness 3 guy, he only made him take 3 saves. He saved one of them with armor, only had, the 2 reverse ones to make, and failed them both. So his guy died, they took the building, HBA finished off the Spearmen, and, the game looks pretty much over anyway, but as we rolled it, the game was over anyway, so Skaven win the day. So, victory to the Skaven. I think the big thing to take away from this game is that we all had a lot of fun. I mean, the really neat thing is that even though it was designed for me not to stand a chance, we each had pretty much an equal chance to win this game. If I got the 6+ or the 5+, I would have won this. The Dark Elf player was down to a 4+, right? The game could have ended right there. And then the Skaven player had it to win it at the end. So it was really interesting. And, a lot of people are really harsh on the watchtower mission, and if you just look at things like this, I mean, there's always ways to modify missions to make them fit your gaming group, and a simple thing like this, make it a 3-player mission, and man, it was a lot of fun. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll have more stuff coming up later.